What up? We're back with the Maniaco podcast, man. We're here writing those double-digit episode numbers, man. We've come through, and I think we're on episode 12 now. And got my brother here. He's a therapist. So anybody who needs therapy, my brother, are you available for therapy?
I'm taking therapy clients, yep.
You're taking therapy clients. And personal training clients, right?
Yep. If you want to do some virtual stuff, if you're in town in Michigan and want to get together, but we can do some coaching programs, some exercise or nutrition programs, or do some live workouts with you. So let's talk about it.
That's what's up.
How's your stim break?
Oh, yeah, I'm on the last day of it, man. I feel great. I feel freaking excellent. It's
How long
finally, I had the first few days sucked. I definitely had some minor brain fog, nothing crazy. Was definitely a little tired, a little sluggish, nothing too crazy though. And I didn't even have any headaches this time.
Mm-hmm.
And I felt like I could sleep a lot, and I could tell my mood was impacted a little bit. I don't want to say I was in a bad mood or anything, but I could tell like I didn't feel like I was in a great mood. That's for sure. And then I had absolutely by day 4, horrible nerve pain. I woke up in the middle of the night. It's mostly when I'm sleeping. I wake up like I have pretty vivid dreams when I come off caffeine, and every supplement, whatever else I'm coming off, all the supplement. I didn't take any vitamins, nothing, just water and my food. And I would wake up with horrible dreams, and I also at the same time had absolutely terrible nerve sciatic. Like my nerves felt like they were screaming, like down my legs and back and stuff. So that's a side effect some people get from caffeine withdrawal, believe it or not. And that today was the first day where I didn't feel that. I haven't felt it at all. And then by day 5, I had this just good natural energy, and it was consistent. Like I usually take a nap every day after work for like 20 minutes. I didn't feel like I wanted to nap. I just felt like I could go and go. But also I'm training during the week too, generally. So do you think it's because I have better energy off caffeine, or is it because I'm not training and not expending the energy?
I would say that it's probably more the caffeine aspect of things.
More consistent energy?
Yeah. I think it's just getting through the caffeine withdrawal and then just getting your natural caffeine back, or natural energy back after that.
Yeah, I feel good. It felt like easy to sleep like 9 hours each night. I mean, it just felt like I could just keep sleeping. Like I was
good. Did you pee less throughout the night? A lot of times caffeine will make you get up. It'll contribute for sure if you're on stims to getting up and going to the bathroom.
Interesting. I probably peed a couple times each night. One or two times for sure. Yeah.
Gotcha. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So you got something to announce, or you already did, but what's coming out?
We're recording this. This is Sunday today, and it is 11:33 a.m. And in 3 hours, 3.5 hours, the Maniaco pump will be live on sale. Very excited. I'm considering going live today on YouTube, right when it drops, to announce it on YouTube, because they're not going to know until I drop the review in a couple days. I don't even have it in my hand yet. The mail got delayed for whatever reason, and it's God willing will be out for delivery tomorrow. I'm going to have the review up for Tuesday. So we're going to announce it on Instagram here, show the full label. We haven't announced the label yet. Obviously, I could talk about it here.
Yeah.
Because they won't see this till Monday. But I'm super hyped up, man. 2 flavors. The formula is sick. And it's not just a pump formula. It's pumps and nootropics. So this is something that can be used completely by itself to train stim-free, which will give you sick pump, focus, and enhance your mood. And it's also meant to be stacked with anything because there's only a little citrulline in it, so it can go on top of anything, and it's a pretty light scoop, so it's not going to be super heavy, and it does not have beta alanine in it, so you can stack it on whatever the heck you want. So it's pretty versatile, and it's a very cool formula. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8 ingredients plus a ingredient for absorption, so 9 ingredients.
Are there other pump nootropics out there that you know of that you've used and really liked?
Yeah, Muscle Force Obedient is one that I really freaking loved, and this is going to be up there with those kind of flavors. The flavors we got here are strawberry lemonade and mango pineapple.
Right.
That mango pineapple sounds really good. I remember.
We tried it. Yeah, we tried 4 of them, and
final product will be better. When it's manufactured right, because those samples are made by hand, not with the machine. So it's not like we tried Maniaco and it wasn't all that in the sample. I was like, this isn't all that good. And then when it came out, it came together. There's others. This is the only one I know we're using, the 3D pump, which is a trademark ingredient, which has always been for the last 3 years on the channel. I've always said 3D pump is my favorite pump ingredient. And some of my favorite pre-workouts use it and pump formulas. This is the only one I can personally name. People might be able to name some others that I don't know about. That is a pump nootropic that uses 3D pump. All the other ones are just straight pumps. So this it's a cool formula. And 3D pump is 3 ingredients that are blended together to make this trademark. It's this vegan fermented citrulline, it's glycerol, and this AMIA extract. So there's a lot of studies on it that, I don't know, a lot. There's studies on it that have shown that it's the synergy of those 3 mixed with this 3D pump just gives a super effective swole and vascular. It's always been my just perfect mix for me of a swole pump, but also the vascular look that it gives. I absolutely love it. And everybody else loves it too, because the bottle shows that we use 3D pump on the right. So we dropped that the other day just to show the front. So everyone saw that 3D pump was on it, and people were super fired up about it.
People who know that, people who know what that's all about. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
A lot of people must not know, right? They just look for non-stim pre-workouts or pump formulas and things like that.
Yeah, like I don't know, a lot of people on my channel know about a lot of ingredients and stuff. So, I mean, does the average gym goer know? No. I mean, definitely not. But the problem with 3D pump, a lot of companies have backed away from it, is because after like a year or whatever, some of them have gotten some, like the tub has clumped up a little bit. Something about the ingredient, because probably the glycerol or whatever has some moisture. It's moisture. So that's why we just did a small run of it. So and they opened it up, Jake at Nutricartel, and it's all powder. So
I got you. Cool.
We're really glad.
That's sweet. So where's it going to be up on sale?
So it's on only 2 places now. Dark Lab site has it. My code with them is GGH15, and Nutricartel has it. Same thing, GGH15. As far as I know, that's it for the moment.
Sweet.
Yeah.
All right. That's awesome. Good. So how are your calories been on your week off? Same thing? You just stick to the same program?
Yeah, I tried to keep it tight this week. I let myself have a cheat meal Friday night in celebration of the pump. Stephanie wanted to take me out for dinner with me and Sloan and Stephanie. Went out and got some sushi because the pump came in and we dropped it on Instagram. And
nice.
But other than that, it was the same. I think it was 1,800 calories a day I was at.
Real low.
Yeah, real low. I wasn't expending much energy. I got a nice Thai massage and stuff. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Where are yours at?
Huh?
Where are yours at?
Like 2,000 or so.
Yeah.
Yeah. So not much higher, but yep.
Yeah.
And then this week we have some family stuff, so we'll be off on Thursday.
Thursday and Friday. No, wait. Thursday and Friday. Or no.
Why do you have a second celebration or something? I only have one.
Well,
Thursday.
Rosh Hashanah is 2 days.
Yeah.
Thursday and Friday will be over.
Who were you invited to?
Oh, well, Wednesday night I'm at Stephanie's family.
I gotcha.
And then Thursday I'm at our family.
Gotcha. Understood.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. So, so I'm going to keep it. I bought too much food, which is good because I'll be just eating some protein and stuff and keeping it tight.
Nice.
But after that, I'm upping the calories and the obviously the macros or whatever for the fall here for October.
So you start back on the stims this week. You're
Tomorrow.
ready to get working out again.
Yeah, I'm ready to get back in the routine. I feel less like a slob when I enjoy the rest, but yeah, I'm ready to get back on hitting.
What are you going to start with?
Well, I'm going to start with chest because I'm going to have the Maniaco pump and I want to get the review going. So I want to, for me, like testing a pump product on a chest or arm day is always the way that I'm going to run it.
Got you.
It's hard to test. Like other body parts, you get a pump, but it's hard to really know too much. Like for me, like a back day, like is not as apparent as a chest day with how the pump is, or like shoulders, or obviously legs or whatever. So I don't know. I wanted to really test out that pump product.
Sweet. And then you and I are going to go live for High Sim Saturday for
arms, so that we'll
arm day.
Know. You know,
all right.
We'll use it then too.
For sure. We should definitely use it then.
Yeah.
All right. Good.
You can use it with something with like Flame, because Flame's like has no pump at all.
Right.
Flame has no pump at all. And it's just a light little stim blend. So that'll really know how the pumps are.
Good. Did you get any good feedback about our podcast with David Fredrickson?
A ton.
Yeah?
People like that. Probably most people like that more than any podcast that we've done, I guess.
Okay. So they like us talking about kind of learning something new, I guess.
They like talking in depth about supplements and interesting aspects about the ingredients and stuff. And David brings a lot to the table. I got like 90 comments on that video just about how much people really liked it. You know,
good.
Yeah, I mean, people like seeing PJ Braun there and stuff, but like my viewers, like I think they really like to know about. They're interested in supplements, like the depth of them.
Well, PJ had a cool story. I mean, not cool. I guess
PJ's a legend.
He had a crazy story. I mean, going away and the whole prison aspect of things is pretty interesting. And yeah, but then you get down to like the science of using certain supplements and what they do and how they interact, and that's pretty cool. People like that. I like that. I learned some stuff. I started after that. It inspired me to start upping my supplements. Got on some. I ordered fish oil. I ordered magnesium, zinc. I've already been on B complex and vitamin D. So I'm just adding some vitamins to my mix. Try to make sure that I'm getting everything adequately, because I'm tired during my day. It's not until I really get a pre-workout in there that I like have energy, and I'm like, I want a nap. And I know that a big part of it is because I wake up multiple times a night to go to the bathroom. So my sleep is just off. It's like I'm either holding on to too much water or drinking too late. So whatever it is, I just need to either cut it out, or I need to cut it out earlier or drink a little less as well. And
How consistent is your sleep schedule?
I'm ready to get in bed by like 9:30 every night.
So do you go to bed at pretty much the same time every night?
Oh yeah, I'm very diligent about that. Yes, on the weekends a little later, but not much, because I see clients on the weekend mornings too. I get up for my 8:30 a.m. clients Saturday and Sunday as well. So I'm in bed. I'm ready to go, man. It's just about not being able to stay asleep, because I wake up and then I'm usually able to go back to sleep. It's just I never get like good long durations of sleep. I think I'm up every couple hours at least. So yeah, I have not in probably 9 years, 10 years maybe, gotten a full, I would say 7 hours uninterrupted sleep.
Me neither.
Uninterrupted. And that would be like, man, how big of a difference would that be if I got just 7 to 8 hours of uninterrupted sleep? That would be incredible. And I'm not willing to take a medication or anything like that for that. It's not going to happen. So
that medication, what, it like shuts your kidneys down?
What? No, what? I'm talking like a sleep med.
Oh, no, there's medications that shut your kidneys down so you don't have to pee. There's medications for kids, especially who wet their bed, and they shut the kidneys down so they don't pee at night. I thought that's what you meant.
No, that sounds actually kind of crazy.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it shuts their kidneys down somehow, and so they don't have to get up and pee. That's what I thought you meant when you said.
It would be cool if I could hook myself up to a catheter or something at night and just kind of like let it go, you know?
You could have like a piss bottle.
No, that doesn't make any what do you mean? And tape it so that I don't need to get up? Because either way, I'm standing up.
It's less movement. It's less movement. You hardly got to wake up.
Dude, my bed is 6 steps away from my bathroom. I think I can, I don't think that'll make much of a difference there.
I remember once, dude, I was up for like 6 days on meth. Like, I didn't sleep once, and I slept for, it was about 24 hours without waking up. And like, when I crashed. I think, I didn't know what day or time it was. 24 hours I slept without waking up once.
Mm-hmm. Wow, that would feel pretty good.
I don't sleep like that anymore.
That would be cool. I might go like a day or two without drinking water and just go to try to sleep.
You probably still pee.
Yeah, I know, right? Speaking of piss battles, I remember I was at a fraternity house at Michigan State that my friend was in, and he had piss bottles. Man, it was disgusting. Because he had piss bottles next to his bed because they had the community bathrooms. He didn't want to walk all the way there, whatever. And we were at a party at his place, and we were in his room with a bunch of people, and he had his whatever drink next to him, and he by accident grabbed the piss bottle and drank, and you saw his face just freeze.
Oh my
And
God.
yeah, it was like a fucking Dumb and Dumber type of cop situation there.
Dang, that's nasty as heck.
It was nasty.
I want to
Funny,
know if other
funny.
bodybuilders, is this a common problem for
Mm.
bodybuilders?
Well, so I've been researching one, caffeine, stimulants, all that exacerbates how much you urinate. It raises the level of urination. Stimulants, caffeine specific.
Even if you take them in the morning?
Yeah, I think it. Yeah,
So you're saying?
I mean, I would imagine that taking them in the morning is better, but I think it's stimulating your urinary system, so you're going to pee more often.
So you're saying without the stimulants, I'd even be holding on to more water?
Holding on? Yeah, I guess that could be.
I mean, essentially, right? If I'm not peeing, then I'm even holding more water.
Maybe. Yeah.
I don't want that.
Yeah, right. And then medications, they play a big role. They're probably the second biggest role, like SSRIs, antidepressants. Those can cause people to need to use the bathroom more frequently.
Really?
Yeah.
So here's my question. When they say that SSRIs cause weight gain, that's not water weight, that's actual, like, how does that work?
I think it can probably increase appetite.
Oh, it increases appetite.
Also, I believe it messes with the fat cell metabolism is what it is.
Slows it down?
Right. So that's where people start gaining weight too.
I got you.
Yep.
Is that more for women?
I don't know. It, probably easier and more common in women, but I don't think it's an exclusivity thing.
Yeah.
And then what else caused more urination? Definitely medication and stimulants.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's definitely an issue for me, getting up to pee a couple
I
times.
need to cut it out. It needs to stop.
But I don't feel, like when I'm up, I guess I feel rested, but I don't know what it's like to not do it. So
Right.
I don't know.
Right. Well, I know that I'm not getting used to feeling unrested. It's not a feeling that I'm wanting to just be like, okay, this is how it is.
No, definitely not. I mean, you gotta figure out.
Yeah, it's significant and apparent enough. I mean, I'm always wanting a nap, and that's not good to have to.
I drink like 5 of these a day.
Yeah, 125 ounces at least, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But like 2 of these are by 8 a.m.
Right.
So I get it in early, kind of, and then.
You have a dog snoring over there?
Gemma!
Man, she is loud as hell.
She has no problem sleeping through the night. I'm telling you, she has no problem, dude, sleeping through the night.
She can sleep through the day, apparently, too.
Gemma!
She's loud.
Oh, my God.
She's like a freaking... Yeah, she's louder than me. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So, are you going to, for Florida, a couple years ago at least, you took some pictures, you went for it as far as dieting down, like you made a goal, said, I'm going to go 5 weeks or something, no cheats. You've only done that once, right?
Like the real shredding where I hit a goal, yeah.
Right.
I've only done it once. It was 6 weeks. I went 6 weeks.
Yeah.
It was balls to the wall, competition prep mode, same thing. And it was I mean, competitions
notoriously, competitors do longer preps than that. Like,
but they might start. I started pretty close.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Right. Yeah. They'll do 12 to 16 weeks. I know. I'd be interested in talking.
What's the difference? What do you mean they do as far, like, I felt like the 6 before that though, like you mean they didn't have any cheat meals for 12 weeks?
Yeah. They were in total grind mode.
But I don't know where they start from.
Right. Well, they're bulking. Like they're purposely, a lot of these guys, right? Like bulking up.
I mean, I had to think. I started already pretty tight.
Yeah. I mean, you didn't need more. Listen, if you did longer, you would have been more shredded.
Oh
I mean,
yeah,
you would have been, but you could have lost some size too. So it's like, how much size for shredding do you want or need? You know,
that's a good learning experience.
I learn every single time I do it. Every couple of years, it seems that I end up saying I want to do either a competition. And this last one, it was just getting some photos taken, and I went 3 months. So that seems to be what it takes for me, like usually 12 weeks. Right now, like if I said I want to shred down for something, I'd probably only need 6 weeks because of how close I was to my last time.
Yeah.
But yeah, a lot of times it ends up being a 12-week process.
Yeah, I was really happy with how it came out. And there was a part of me that was like, those are the pictures. Those are the ones I'll have for the rest of my life.
Do you feel that though you were the most, let's just say the hardest or most defined that you've ever been still from that time?
Yes.
Okay. Got it.
I've gained size maybe, but that was definitely the most ripped I've ever been in my life.
Got you.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Are you cool with that? Do you want to see if you can, get into a better position now?
There's a part of me that would definitely like want to do it. Like Stephanie told me I should, but she wants me to compete. She's like, you got to compete one time just to do it, just to say you did it. And I'm like, I don't know about that. You know, I'm not sure. I don't know that I want to, but.
Well, first of all, let's talk about that. Theoretically, I don't know if you've really thought about it enough to even have an answer of saying, well, which one would I do if I did? There's either physique, classic, or bodybuilding. I would imagine that you would be doing classic. Yeah.
Yeah. I've consulted. I've talked to like some coaches and stuff like that. It definitely wouldn't be physique. I would just want, because the posing and stuff, like, it's just, I'm not that pretty. And I just think that I think classic, it would be a no-brainer. I mean, everyone I've talked to, it wasn't even a question. It was like, yeah, you would do classic.
Yeah, sounds right.
Yeah. Yep. And I guess you can just kind of flex and stuff. And
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know the layout. If you have... because like bodybuilding, these guys do like a song like that they have a routine for, and they go out
in the actual bodybuilding.
Right, bodybuilding. So they have their individual like song or something like that. So they're individual that they go out for, and then you do the lineup where you're doing all in a line, doing the same poses, and I don't know how classic works in that respect. So maybe it's just the lineup stuff instead of doing like a single routine. I don't know. But yeah, it'd be cool. You'd have to learn how to do a lot throughout. I mean, that would be a learning experience, because your dieting is all that. I mean, you'll learn along the way with that too, but then the additional like how to pose and what to expect in that's like, it's just a ton of shit to deal with. I rather do something more practical. I've realized, like, competing is fun. It really gets you. The thing about competing is not, to me, I mean, I'm not trying to make a career out of being a competitor or bodybuilder, whatever. I don't think you can get more dialed in from having that as a motivation, from knowing that you are getting on stage and somewhat battling against others is like, that's going to make you step up your game more than anything, and we can say in our head, like, I can't work harder than I am now. It's like, you can. If you have that in your mind that you're going to be up on a stage, it's a different mentality in a way. So, yeah.
Yeah. No, I enjoyed the process of getting really ripped and seeing the progress. And learning about adjusting the numbers and all of that. That was a cool thing. My training, I mean, stayed the same, and my cardio and everything, and it was definitely paid off. And I mean, it's a high, you know, taking the pictures. And
When are you going on your first trip to Florida this season?
November.
November what? So it's before Thanksgiving.
Yep.
So you could do a 4-week.
I was planning to do the opposite.
After Florida?
No, just
bulking
in October.
Okay.
I was just trying to up my calories and stuff.
Right.
Put on some mass this year and allow myself to feel better and stay out of my head. But yeah, I could. I mean, I definitely could. A 4-week, was that enough to? What's that going to do though?
I think.
Let me tell you this: if I was going to do it, I want to be more shredded than last time.
I think that with the consistency that you've continued with throughout this time, that you would be, even with 4 weeks.
That would be tight.
Yeah, I would think so. Yeah. This is a few years ago that we had that, right? At least 3, if not longer. Yeah. So no, I think with the mature muscle that
it was 4 years ago.
4 years ago? Yeah.
It'll be 4 years. It was when I first started the channel.
Yeah. I mean, with all the mature muscle that you've built, that you doing a 4-week would get you into a better look than you were at that 4 years ago. Yeah.
Yeah.
Something to consider.
For your birthday present. That trip was your birthday present.
Was it for 30?
Yeah, Cousin Jake surprised us out there.
Oh, yeah. That's right.
Yeah.
Your
right. 30th birthday.
Yeah.
Cool. You did it with me.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We were on the plane, not drinking water because we were trying to, dehydrate a little bit.
What did I buy for the cherry juice? Was it honey?
Honey and cherry juice, and then
cherry juice I found had the most sugar out of any natural juice at the grocery store.
Right,
Gemma, and and man, I just remember when we got to that beach, those veins started. I had no clue. It just the sun was out, the stars just lined up perfectly for those.
Yeah, we brought bands with us. We did things that nobody does.
On the beach.
Yeah,
that was a heck of a ride.
And then we probably ate that night, right?
Oh yeah, we ate that night. We had steak. And then we worked out the next day.
And we were probably
crazy in the gym.
Always better the next day. It's crazy. Yeah, that's why I've realized it's okay. The night before your competition, that's why you got to do these things, because I always have it in my mind, cleaner is better. If you're going to do this, just bulk up on more brown rice cakes or more sweet potato. And then I'm realizing man, nope, you can go out for a burger the night before your competition and you will wake up ready to go, feeling full, feeling vascular. Really? It's not going to gain fat on you within the day. It's all going to be used towards your pumps.
The abs will look as ripped.
The abs will look, yes, for sure.
Yeah.
It all gets utilized.
It's scary though to play with things last minute.
Yeah.
When you've been on a steady course, and then you throw a monkey wrench in the mix last minute. It's scary.
But I think that's where experience comes in handy to say, well, I've done this way this many times. Let me try to change something up this time, see how it works. It's like being at peace with, I've worked really hard and I've gone 3 months, but I can do this again if I ever need to,
That's where I see that coaches are very useful. Yeah. Coaches who know what they're talking about, not just coach, obviously.
Right.
Like having an AA sponsor, it's got to be a good freaking one. Because those
guys are all the same, but yeah.
Yeah, right. I didn't know when to start carving up before the photo shoot. Is
Right.
it 3 days, 2 days?
And again, man, it's funny. It's like somebody might have to say, well, how do you look right now? Because there's not a rule. There's not
That's
like
what a coach. That's
there's
what
no
I'm
one
saying,
size
though.
fits
That's what
all.
a coach will do.
Yeah, right.
A
Right.
coach will look at you now and be like, "All right, you got to go one more day, clean, like
Right.
or one, now, or start introducing this much carb." I wouldn't know, like, really by looking at myself. I'm just going to keep freaking out and be like,
Mhm.
get tighter and tighter and tighter.
Oh, it works for me. Yeah.
You get so scared, you end up screwing yourself.
Yeah. No doubt.
Yeah.
And like when to cut off the training. Like I think I've done I think 6 competitions, and I've like gotten up the morning of to do cardio, and it's like so stupid, so unnecessary, and that's just being in your head,
And then the water manipulation is another thing, because I've heard other coaches say we don't really cut the water off
Right.
like that.
Correct.
We don't go down to no water, and some people do the slow,
which actually makes sense that you don't cut it. And I'll tell you what, like, brings me to really realize that you don't cut it off to 0. You need water, because when I get blood work done and I'm too dehydrated, what happens? The blood is all clumpy and it won't come out. And so that shows, like, how are you going to get veins popping if you're not having blood flow happen? And you need blood flow by getting liquids in you. So not let more liquids, the better, but you do need to be hydrated. I mean,
Right.
you can't be out there dehydrated.
So
So I've done,
you say at least a half gallon.
yeah, I think I've gone, like, in my first show or something, I probably went like 30 some hours without drinking. It's like just crazy stuff that I just didn't know what the heck was going on. But I was dedicated. I wanted it, man.
That's a lifelong. Yeah. That's why bodybuilding is such a cool thing, because it's like this lifelong learning experience. There's no end goal. It's like, it's like whatever I think I know right now, I know in 3 years I'll have learned so much more.
But it's pretty cool. Like, you say there's no end goal, and that's true. But when you focus on a date and a competition, in your head in those moments, there's an end goal.
Oh no, I know there's immediate goals you can set, but I mean the life of bodybuilding in general. There's it's just a lifelong process of learning and always adjusting your ideology. But you got to be open to adjusting your ideology. Whether it's about sodium intake or the kind of foods you like. Like, I've introduced some freaking, this summer when I was getting shredded, dude, I introduced some fattier, like chicken thighs instead of chicken breast, dude. I loved it, man. It tastes way better. It worked better for me. Like, I'm not saying it worked better than breast, but there was a part where I was like, man, this is way more enjoyable. I'm getting good fats, and the profiles are kind of similar anyway. And,
what do you season it with?
Huh?
What do you season with?
I had the Panda sent me their line of their new seasonings, which are great.
So is that all you're using, or what?
Well, I ran out now, so now I got the Mrs. Dash salt-free or whatever.
So you use multiple things. I
just buy one garlic and herb now, and I run it till I season everything with it, and then when it runs out, I'll just buy a different one.
So all you do with your chicken is you use olive oil to coat it a little bit, right? No.
Lemon juice. I squeeze a lemon on it.
You squeeze a lemon.
I air fry it, so it doesn't need olive oil.
Right.
I air fry. I just squeeze a lemon on it. Well, first I put the Mrs. Dash, one seasoning blend, lemon, and throw it in the air fryer.
Okay, and it's good enough for you to get through.
Well, I got some sauces I can throw on if I used to use G Hughes or whatever, but now I found a few that don't have official.
The bird one, right?
I got Primal Kitchen.
Oh, Primal Kitchen.
It's only 10 calories or whatever, and there's no sweetener in it. I got the bird one, the sriracha.
Right.
I got that one for my eggs and stuff I throw on.
Cool.
But yeah, I've introduced omelets in my diet that I never used to do.
Mm-hmm.
Really enjoy those.
Yeah.
Open
Good.
to change,
I hear you. I hear
Yeah.
you. The other day when you said I don't think that AA is necessarily the only way. I'm like, wow, this guy's really changed his tune, because at one point you did not say that to me. You said you said
I don't think
spiritual.
I've ever thought A is the only way. When I learned that
I
God,
think that you and I have had that conversation, and the 12 steps of Alcoholics Anonymous is the only way. Maybe it's more like saying that it's the only way that I know that it's helped me. Maybe that.
I've said that.
But
It's the only way I found that works.
right.
But I believe at the end of the day,
Spirituality.
God is the only way for a real addict or alcoholic. In my experience, look, this is what I'll tell you. From what I've personally seen with dealing with literally thousands of addicts and alcoholics, I would say that people who get sober without spirituality, with whatever they say they're doing, there's always something I find. They're either on medication assisted kind of thing, or they still struggle with cravings or obsession that's still there. And it's never completely removed. And that's just what I've seen.
Yeah. No.
So
that makes sense.
Hey, I'm on a podcast. Yeah.
Nah, I got you. Okay.
Well, what have you seen?
Yeah, I've seen a lot of struggle. Just struggle maintaining sobriety through like only therapy. I haven't dealt with too many people whose like main thing is substance abuse. When it has been, it's been not through like street drugs, whatever. It's through like ADHD medication.
But not even just in your therapy practice, just what you've seen in your experience. Just most people who don't embrace like a spiritual life or the 12 steps or whatever, like it seems like they haven't really changed much from what I've seen.
No, they haven't changed much because, listen, when you have a problem with anything, you need to say, well, something needs to intervene, something needs to change, something needs to come in and be different. So when you're trying to change something, what can you point at that says, well, this is a difference in my life. This is a big enough difference that it's going to make things from here on out proceed differently. And spirituality is a great way to do that. It makes you more conscious. It makes you more aware. Makes you more think more deeply. So I think it is an importance for sure. An importance, maybe an absolute. It's vital. But yeah, people just like, okay, you're not using the substance right now. That's great for a short term. How are you going to stay away long term? And that means that you really need to change your character in a big way. And what better way to do that than to become a more spiritual person?
I agree. And then I'll be honest, like I'm not I don't believe in that medication assisted treatment.
What about to start?
Yeah, that would be a detox medication.
Well, for instance, an alcoholic who takes Antabuse every morning, is that a detox thing?
No, that wouldn't be a detox thing.
So that's a deterrent.
Suboxone or whatever. But look, man, I mean, I don't know. What I tell people who I sponsor basically is like, we're going to do this work. When you're ready to come off, you're gonna want to come off. But
I'll tell you this: I know somebody, and we can talk about like addicts. I'm sure there are different chemicals that we're dealing with somebody who's doing substances, and that's the addiction. But I know people whose just lives are they're a wreck. They're have a job that they haven't been in work for many months. They can't get themselves to for whatever reason, can't get themselves to start applying or to start taking life seriously. They get in financial trouble because of that. So what is it that you're lacking? You're lacking structure. Because I can say, when are you going to sleep every night? When are you waking up? When are you doing that? And it's like, there's no straight answer. So you're lacking structure. And so you have to follow a very regimented structure in order to start getting yourself in like this zone and this positive feedback loop to happen where you're building momentum and getting somewhere. So make your bed, brush your teeth, go out for a walk, then go apply for jobs. There's got to be like a real regimented system, because you've been totally living without any regiment in you.
You know, it's something. It reminds me what you were just saying of something I heard that really hit home with me before. You know, a lot of people in AA, there's a lot of sayings in AA that suck, and people used to say like, all you have to do is change everything. And somebody told me once, they pointed out, they're like, all you have to do is go through the 12 steps and you change. It takes you and molds you into being the person you're supposed to be, by going through that process. We're not powerful enough to change everything. I can't go from being the person I was with no structure, running the streets like a maniac, to being the person I am today. I'm not powerful enough just to do that, just to change everything. So I went through the 12 steps and I changed.
Right.
It took me and made me into who I am today by going through that process. So I think people get kind of overwhelmed with that thought that I got to change everything.
Of course. It's like setting yourself up.
It's like too much. So it's like,
yeah,
all you got to do is go through these steps, as they're written in the book, and you're going to change. And you'll see it. It's amazing how that happens, and that's what spirituality offers. Someone who has no structure, no discipline, it provides that without even knowing how, if that makes sense.
What have you noticed is the biggest difference between AA and NA? Not necessarily like the approach of it, even though that might be interesting, but like more so, are you dealing with different kinds of people? Are you dealing?
I don't see the success from NA at all that I see from AA.
Is it more care? Would you say that younger people are involved in it?
I say more younger people are involved. I say those meetings, and I've talked to this about with my sponsor, they're, in my experience, and a lot, they talk all about specific drugs and drug use and a lot of that. And AA is really a back to the basics. This is the original text. This is the book, like true AA. It's like, this is what the first people who recovered did, and this is what we did. And NA takes that and they changed it for NA. And it's like, you can't really change something that works so perfectly if you want the same result.
So there's a difference at all in the step work?
There's not. Like, the actual 12 steps as they're written are the same, except like the first step, instead of alcohol, it says whatever. Okay. But the literature in the book, when you go through those steps, what it says to do is not the same. So when you read those 12 steps, step by step, but that's not the depth of the book.
The title reads the same, but the subtext is different. Interesting.
Exactly. And there's success in NA. I know people find God and live a spiritual life by being introduced to NA. But as a whole, AA is tried and true.
Right. That's interesting. Yeah. You've been to NA meetings?
Oh, so many. Yeah. Even when I first got sober here, I was going to NA meetings, and I was like, my sponsor was from AA, and we were in the AA book, so I had nothing to talk about really at those meetings. I couldn't share the big book and stuff because they don't go by the big book.
Right.
So I just naturally
Do you think Dr. Bob and Bill Wilson, they knew that they made a guide for recovery from alcohol? Would they have acknowledged that that guide could also work for somebody whose addiction was a drug?
Yeah, they say that in a book. They say our way of living has its advantages for all.
For all meaning
just for all people.
Well, yeah. Right, it has its advantages, but would they have said that the 12 steps of Alcoholics Anonymous?
I don't know if back then they would have welcomed people
right
to their meetings that were on drugs. And I don't really know what drugs people were on.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah. I don't know if that was acknowledged as a issue. I don't really know.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
I'm not sure.
I don't think they were. There's still meetings today where they don't welcome people if you don't say you're alcoholic. So they were hardcore then, dude. They didn't just let you go through the 12 steps. You had to be indoctrinated into it and like prove yourself that you were ready to move on to the third step.
It's probably unfortunate that a lot of things have, fortunate in one way, but pretty unfortunate in other ways that things have loosened up in that term. Like for you to go to meetings and people just to be there doing meetings without doing step work. It sounds like what you're saying is like back then that wouldn't have been a thing, and now it's freaking common. Yeah.
You walked into them. From what I know, those people, believe it or not, were running around town on like their third day sober, dude, making amends with people. Like they moved that fast. There was no monkeying around. Like when you went to AA, there wasn't like, oh, let's sit there for a year without a sponsor. It was like, you're going to work with him. You're going to work with him. And are you ready to do this? And that's why the success rate was so high, because they didn't clown around there. It wasn't like some meeting makers make it kind of thing. The meetings were just, where the fellowship or whatever, but there was the 12 steps are the program.
Yes.
And now it's so watered down that it's like all these sayings, and now you got judges who sentence people there from DUIs and all that. And I don't know how great that is.
Right. 90 minute meetings in 90 days and all that. Right.
So it gives us a bad name because the success rate's so low. So many people say AA doesn't work, but when you get to talk to them, they didn't really do AA.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, I saw that pickleball is in prisons now.
You did? Did PJ say that?
Huh?
Did PJ say that?
From last week or a couple of weeks ago, we talked to PJ and he mentioned it, and I'm like, I was thinking about it, so I Googled it, and I saw pictures of prisoners in jumpsuits holding pickleball rackets and stuff, and it was just so funny to see, because it seems like such a basic white boy sport, but no, I think in some facilities everybody's playing the game, and it's very funny. Are you? That's the article. I love that. Look at the guy in the background, got his arms crossed.
Can you imagine getting in a riot over a pickleball game?
I think I've been in one at the local country club.
Does pickleball get pretty intense?
I'm sure, depending on who you're playing with, absolutely. Any sport that you're playing with people who are competitive can. My game isn't. We have fun with it, but man, yeah. Anybody can say, "Oh, I'm making a call that you don't agree with. How hard are we going to go at each other to argue who's right?" And then it can get, I'm sure there's things that happen. Friendships are broken over pickleball. Happens every day. Look at that.
You see the barbed wire?
Barbed wire, yeah.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
What if here? Wait, I got one though. What if they like the pickleball racket here? They like designed it like a prison to make it more intense, like a themed pickleball,
There's,
like at the country club.
oh, really?
Like
Yeah,
they
because
put barbed
everybody,
wire up.
yeah. I don't know. I don't know if the country club scene is going to go for
You
that.
had to wear a jumpsuit, like a CDC.
That'd be cool. That would have to be one real like woke country club to want to be more like embracing of prison culture and all that.
I've never seen pickleball being played.
Yeah, I mean it's like tennis mixed with ping pong. It's kind of, and I definitely had my thoughts about it before I played, judging like who's playing, the kind of people I'm hearing about playing, whatever. And then I played, and it's like, man, this is fun. It's a great way to get some cardio in. So I see the appeal of playing a sport, because man, it makes cardio easier. And I always set my watch. It's funny, the Apple Watch, I do the Stairmaster. I do, if I'm running, if I'm doing my training, I always set it. It has a pickleball mode on it.
It does?
Yeah. So wow. I click it because I'm not going to do any form of working out without logging, because I like to see the reward of the calories being burned or where my heart rate's at.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great. During basketball is when my heart rate gets the highest. It's insane. I am on that court for a minute, 2 minutes. My heart rate already goes up in the 170s. Yeah. While on the Stairmaster, I might have a day that I'm only in the 130s. Although lately, since I've been taking that pre that you gave me, Nutrition Wolf, that gets my heart rate definitely in the 150s, near 160 when I'm doing my cardio.
Yeah, I always tell people that the fitness watches, like, they are great, and it's like people are like, well, they're not accurate. It's like it doesn't matter if they're accurate.
The trend is accurate because
if they're inaccurate, they're at least consistently inaccurate.
Exactly.
So you freaking can set goals for yourself. It doesn't matter if it's for goal setting.
Yeah. And consistency. It's not changing from one day to the next. So at least you do know, oh, I burned more today than I did yesterday, or my heart rate was high. Absolutely. And I got to say, accuracy as far as the heart rate, it is.
The heart rate's for sure accurate.
Yes.
Yeah. Because I line it up with my cardio equipment. It's always on point. I love it for swimming because I don't have to pay attention to how many laps I'm doing or think about it. I can just swim and then the watch will tell me.
I love it. And it's rewarding. I mean, listen, at the end of the day, whatever it is, it's like, it's rewarding. It's another level of consciousness. Same as measuring food. It's like you can be dieting and whatever, but like,
it's a good use of technology.
More consciousness.
If it gets people healthier, and it's a good use of technology.
No doubt. No doubt.
That's what I say. Not everything's good or bad. Like there's good uses and bad uses. But yeah, in prison, I don't know. That must have been a federal thing because I can't picture them putting a dang pickleball court in any California prison where I was there. They had basketball. They do handball. They do some of the basics. Yeah, but they're not putting in. They had dip bars, pull-up bars, a track. But there was definitely no pickleball.
Do they have arts and crafts?
Oh, dude. The arts and crafts in prison is insane.
What does that mean?
Dude, you look, first of all, there's the tattoo artists are freaking going. Dude, when you're in prison and you're sitting on your bunk during the day, you look around and people are getting tattooed all over. I'm talking about like it's going on like 4 or 5 places at once in the dorm. Like,
so that's, I don't know, but what? Okay, so what about like more formal?
There's the paisas who are like the Spanish-speaking Mexicans who don't really speak English. They used to take potato chip bags and they would make them into freaking purses. And you could give them a picture. And they would do the most amazing portraits and caricatures and stuff that you could send home to your family. And freaking dude, the arts and crafts are mind blowing in the pen. Especially the Mexicans, what they can do.
So it's not a program. We're not talking about a formal program.
A formal program.
This is what I'm saying.
About being resourceful with stuff in prison from store or whatever it is, and making crazy things, because everyone's got a hustle in there, like whatever little hustle they have, and the arts and crafts is a huge hustle because people love sending their women or family members gifts and things.
I see.
Yeah.
Huh.
Prison art is crazy.
Yeah, for sure.
There's some real talent in there.
You said, how was it that they make the tattoo guns?
Where I was at, they would take a motor from a CD player back then. I don't know what they're doing now.
Right.
Or you could buy CD players there and CDs. There's a whole catalog. And they take the motor out and make it into a tattoo gun. They take a guitar string, because some prisons you could have guitars and stuff. There was other things that they would use for the needle. And
it sounds crazy that you could have a guitar string in there, because I feel like you could use that to strangle somebody.
Dude, there's so many things you can have in prison that are wild. Wow. It's not like jail. There's so much access to different things in there. Yeah, it's crazy. And so they would do that, and then they would either get real ink. I don't know if guards were bringing in or whatever, the COs or whatever were bringing in real ink, but they also would take black dominoes and freaking
melt them,
burn them in a bag, and the ash would collect at the top, the black ink off the dominoes when they burned them, and they would mix it with like a baby oil and make your own tattooing.
Interesting. Yeah.
Pretty wild, dude.
Diddy has a lot of baby oil.
Diddy has a lot, and his manager or his lawyer said that he buys in bulk. And that's why he had so much, because he's rich and he buys in bulk. He goes to Costco.
Costco said it was not.
Costco went out and said they don't even sell no dang baby oil.
That sounds crazy that they don't sell it. I mean, I don't know. Oh, did they say that?
Yeah.
I think they said they didn't sell his. Oh, they said they don't sell it, huh?
That's what they said.
Wow.
They said we don't. I'm trying to find it right here. Yeah, they went and they said that, here it is. Look at this. Here, I'm going to share this right here. Can you see it?
Diddy's lawyer claims he bought baby oil in bulk. Costco says it's not possible. I see.
Yeah. He said he had these freak off. Bless you. Diddy's lawyer was... he has a big house. He buys in bulk. I think they have Costco's in every place where he has a home. And then a few days later, where did it say there? I don't know.
Oh, it's not on their online site, at least. Only diapers, wipes, cleansing gel, powdered milk, car seat food, and furniture pop-up. No.
Yeah.
Well, it's very interesting. I don't know what those parties were all about, but
we weren't on camera there.
Maybe he was having like baby how to take care of a baby.
I don't think so.
You don't think it was good intention?
No, I think he's a nut.
Well, I think a lot of people are probably freaking out that they're screwed through whatever comes out of this. So
I know LeBron's been silent.
LeBron. Oh, he was okay.
LeBron was on freaking on film going all over saying ain't no party like a Diddy party. He used to talk all about Diddy.
Yeah, but you think about that, but like if somebody was saying that, if somebody was getting into crazy stuff at a party and it wasn't just a wild party having fun, whatever, it's like, why would you say that in a public place?
Nobody knew that those parties were all on film.
Interesting.
None of them. Those were all secretly filmed that they found out.
Right.
And one thing about LeBron James, he's not quiet about anything. That
No.
guy gives his opinion on every freaking social issue when no one's ever asked.
Yeah.
And you haven't heard a peep from him. So I know there's some people probably worried about it.
What would P. Diddy be like in prison as far as where they'd put him or something like that? A guy with that kind
He'd
of...
be in a protection unit. I mean, dude, part of this trafficking is about any sex in California, at least. I don't know about other states. I know in Michigan things are kind of weird. They put pedophiles and sex offenders and homosexuals. They put them all with everybody. In California, any sex offender, you're going somewhere separate because you will get killed right away. They'll take off on you. And it's not a place. Yeah, you would be in a.
So not just his, you're saying not just his fame would put him separate. You're saying his charges too.
Charges.
What about his fame?
I don't know.
Does fame itself put you separate from other people if you're in that level? Like Diddy's, he's infamously worth hundreds of millions of dollars.
He'd probably be separate, but I don't know for sure. I wasn't around anyone like that.
That's interesting. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Well, good luck to him.
Good luck to him.
Yeah.
Innocent till proven guilty.
Right. I think that he might have mysterious things happen in his life soon, and I don't know how mysterious they are. But yeah, some people are freaking out, and if we know what happened with Mr. Epstein, I can see Diddy having a similar outcome, unfortunately. But
yep. Pay the cost to be the boss. So. All right, is that it? So we were going to talk about other stuff. We'll save it for next time. Adjusting macros.
For shreds and things like that, or shreds or bulks. Yeah, adjusting macros.
Shreds and bulks, yeah. Prep being consistent, trial and error stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
I will talk about that. In the meantime, I'll consider the...
All right, good. I would. Absolutely.
All right, everyone. Maniaco pump is out. God bless all of you. Let's get this dang muscle. We're out.
Peace.